Okay, so what is going on, everyone? Thanks for tuning in to yet another one of my videos, and of course, this is another Zombies episode where we go totally in depth on the Call of Duty Zombies storyline. Now, just before we do, I'm sort of gonna ask you guys to submit one question, any question in the world regarding the Zombies storyline, and I'm gonna answer it within the next week. I'm gonna try to upload about 14 to 20 episodes of sort of answering your guys' questions, because I want to sort of just answer all the questions that we have regarding Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2 and World at War Zombies before we head on to Black Ops 3, because I have a feeling the story is going to all come together and you're going to need to know sort of a lot of what happened in the games before. So any question in the world, I would really appreciate if you submitted it down in the comment section below, or even add me on Twitter at LittleMarMan. You can send me some questions over there as well, and even if you want to message me, then I can sort of answer your question privately. I've done that a few times. I've done it actually a lot of times with different people. So do not hesitate to ask a question in some way, and it will appear, of course, in the video. So what we're talking about today is Dr.Gersch and Yuri Zavoyski. Now, of course, if their names ring a bell, you have definitely played the map Ascension. Of course, in the Easter egg, sort of, we hear both of their names. We hear Yuri on the radios, and sort of we know the Gersch Device and stuff, and we don't really know the story behind it. Well, some people do, and some people don't. So that's what we're going to be talking about today, and sort of the story behind Ascension as well. So, of course, I just want to clear something up. A lot of people sort of think Dr. Gersch was in Group 935. He had absolutely no involvement in being a member of Group 935, but sort of Group 935 were sort of using the same equipment as he was. That's basically the only connection. They had sort of some of the same ideas, and sort of Element 115 sort of journals and diaries and stuff about Element 115 was all sort of here. So basically, he was using Element 115 as well to sort of power some things and stuff like that. But that is the only connection between him and sort of Group 935. Of course, he was never actually in it. Maybe he had contact with them before, like he'd sort of been like, right, I'm after finding sort of this out about L115, like, what do you know, and sort of sharing experimental notes, but nothing sort of official. He wasn't actually a member or anything. Just wanted to clear that up. So let's get into sort of further what happens on this map. So Gersch was, of course, a Soviet scientist and the leader of the Ascension group, and sort of they all focused on sort of getting things up to space, and that was sort of their plan. Even though Gersch wasn't too happy, but he was sort of okay. Well, like, he wanted to do his job, he wanted to get it done, but of course Yuri was sort of stopping him. So Yuri was sort of pissed off that he was sort of had to try launch monkeys into space. Like, why am I the guy that has to launch monkeys into space? He's sort of feeling bad for himself constantly, and that leads to his descent into madness, of course, caused by our good old friend Element 115. It obviously caused Maxis to go mad in the end. But of course, Yuri found some boxes and some sort of notes and sort of different things all on Element 115, and sort of incompleted experiments as well. So he wanted to sort of take it into his own hands. He didn't want to fucking like launch monkeys into space. He wanted to sort of do big stuff. So he was like, right, Element 115, let's have you. And as he did, he sort of began to descend into madness. And of course, a little girl, which we know as Samantha, but he just knew it as a little girl, was sort of talking in his head. It was talking in his head and sort of began sort of telling him to do things. And of course, this sort of demonic voice inside his head actually like made him betray Gersch, because after he does betray Gersch, sort of Gersch, like, as soon as Gersch is sort of sucked in to sort of the Gersch Device, which is basically a black hole, it's sort of the grenade thing that we throw in Ascension, then basically he's sucked in, and then Yuri just realizes what he's done, and he's like, oh my god, what have I done? Now this can all be viewed on, of course, the actual, and sort of heard in the radios and stuff, and sort of seen around the map with the notes and stuff. You can actually sort of see where everything happened, and it's all pretty good like that. But of course, we have then Gersch stuck in this black hole, stuck in sort of non-existence, because a black hole is basically, he is stuck there unless somebody can free him. And then of course our good old friends Richtofen, Takeo, Dempsey and Nikolai all come, and the Ascension Easter egg is to actually free Gersch. And when you go around and sort of hear the radio message and all, then that sort of, it gives you what you actually have to do. And of course at the start you actually hear Gersch asking to be freed, and sort of that's all good, and that is all sort of what it's about. So if you learned anything from this video, do not hesitate to smash that like button. Hopefully I explained it well. If you have any questions regarding this topic or any other one, of course drop it down in the comment section below. That is what the map Ascension is all about. Now, as we free Gersch, he's actually presumed, like, sort of alive. Like, after this is done, like, Gersch is alive, and nothing else is said of him after that. And as for Yuri, his status is pretty much unknown. So that's sort of what we have leading into Black Ops 3, and that's pretty much all we need to know as well. So that is pretty much it. Once again, I will talk to you all later. I hope you all have an amazing day. Peace out. Thanks for watching.